guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Andrea, and today I have for you guys my recap and my thoughts on the first episode of the new CW show Containment. Now, what I want to start off before I talk about the actual show is what drew me into watching the show, because I feel like everyone has different this is why I started the show, commercials, writers, actors, TV ads, I don't know. But my thing is that I'm a huge fan of Julie Plec, and I'm obsessed with the Vampire Diaries. I'm sure everybody knows that by now. She's one of the writers on Vampire Diaries, and this is also one of her shows. So I was really excited to hear about this. And not that, but of course she took good old Chris Wood, who played Kai on Vampire Diaries, and he's on this show, and he plays Jake on the show. So that was that's enough for me. You gave me Julie Plec, and I was like, okay, I'm going in. And then you put Chris Wood, I'm like, okay, that's it. Give me the show. I am obsessed with this show. I took so many notes that I'm going to share with you guys just because there's so many things that I liked about it. I loved how it was a more serious show, but they still have those puns in, and it's very realistic, if that makes sense. It felt very, very realistic. The show is a limited series, so I feel like that means it's just a short one season type or less episodes of a show. The episode starts off with the flash over to day 13, and it's everything's insane, and you're just who are all these random people? And that's another thing I want to say. I'm not going to go in order of how it's going to go, I am, but then I'm also going to state some other things in the middle. I loved how they had people crossing over, if that makes sense. Not all the different storylines of the actors crossed over each other, but you see them. There's a part where Jake's going into the house, and then you see the girl that's pregnant, she's walking by. There's all these things of people that meshed in between each other, if that makes sense. The school bus are going on a tour to the hospital to make sick people feel better. And that was really sweet. And then we see that there's a nurse, and she's dying. And I was like, hold up, what happened to you? She's literally going ballistic, and she's oh my god, I kind of want to do a Halloween tutorial to that. I just want to mess around and do makeup of that, because it looks so cool. I know, I'm so weird. I'm so into special effects makeup and things like that. Found out the whole plague thing. I feel like they were, I'm pretty sure that they said it wasn't Ebola, but they were when they're announcing it and publicizing it, they called it Ebola, but they said it wasn't Ebola. They're saying it came from the Syria guy. They send poor Jake. Oh my god, guys. It's hashtag Jake arrest me, because Chris Wood, guys. Chris Wood is bae, and that's all I need to say about that. I loved how they showed Atlanta, just the film around. I thought that was really cool. The other thing that I really liked is, but it pisses me off at the same time, just because you know what's coming, is that I hate that they put different little love interests, little love couples around, because I'm no, you're gonna get me emotionally attached to these characters and these OTPs, and then I'm gonna be but wait, they're gonna die. There's this girl named Jana, who is Officer Alexa's girlfriend, but she used to date Officer Jake, who, hello, you know what, Jake, if that doesn't work out and it doesn't work out with the teacher, my name's Andrea. Now? Okay. Jake arrests me, hello, Atlanta PD. Basically, the peg is coming from the Middle East, but they just don't know where and what just yet. It's only the first episode. I want to know what you guys think about. I don't know her name. It's Leno, Miss Lowman or something like that. I don't remember. I love her. I love her attitude. She's so firm, kind of bitchy, and I love it. And she's just to the point, very hey, I'm up here, and you guys are kind of down here. I loved how she was I'm not going to shake your hand, nothing personal. And literally, Bible, this show is going to make me a germaphobe. If I wasn't a germaphobe already, this show, that's it. I'm going to be don't touch me. I'm going to be walking around the streets. You know how there's people that hand you papers at the mall, they're sent things? I'm don't touch me. 4 to 6 feet away, alright? That's the thing. Literally a new drinking game. Every time they said 4 to 6 feet away from each other, take a shot, because I just thought they said that way too much. The doctor that was dying, basically, I called her a nurse. She was not a nurse. She was a doctor. I loved how Kitty was how does a doctor just go MIA at a hospital? Going back to how they got the guy, Jake goes to his house with a couple of other officers. They're all covered up and things like that. And they go, and then they're just worried, we don't know him, because they they brought him illegally. He's no, I'm not immigration, it's just for you guys' safety. So he goes, and he's I'm trying to help you, and he literally runs out, and then there's homeboy, A-star student, just on his phone texting, you're a police officer, you can't just be on duty and be on the phone. What is your logic? I love how Jake's just freeze. I don't know if you can understand me, but maybe the gun will make you understand me. And he looks at the other officer. He's really, bruh? This is all your fault. You could have stopped it when he came through the door. And they ended up dropping that guy at the hospital. Jake's all right, well, I'm done. I'm going to go home now. Everything good. And they're nope. Everyone's under quarantine. Jake's I got places to be. And I was yeah, with me, right? No? He looks like he's crushing on my homegirl, Katie. Katie, if we're friends, Girl code, alright? He's mine. Just kidding. Favorite part of the episode, that what I was saying is like the show's so serious, the show is so realistic, but they still have a way to put it in humor without it looking bad. Because I love this part of the episode. When Katie's like, we were just in the same hallway as the infected man. Better not get too close. And he's like, hey man, you're a cop. And he's like, what do you want me to do? Shoot her? And he's like, oh hell no, man, my life is not worth this job. Like, I am not dying for this job. He took off his thing, he's like, deuces. Finding the kids playing with the rats. And the guy's like, oh, they just wanted to see the rats. And I'm like, why would you bring two innocent little kids back here with all this shit going down? Like, I don't know if that was just me. I was literally like, what kind of logic is that, man? You know, you look kind of young to have an 11-year-old. And I was like, really, Jake? Really? That's one of the oldest things in the book to say to mom. I'm kind of shipping Katie and Jake, and I hope that's something. But I hate it because with these shows, it's like, you know what's gonna happen. It's all like death and stuff. So I'm like, man, I don't want to like the characters and make like a ship out of them when you know what's gonna happen eventually. Like, I'm just like, It's a new cock block version of things. A guy sneezing all over everyone. It's like, whoa, whoa, 4 to 6 feet away. And I'm like, everybody take another shot. He's like, they're not gonna let me go. This is all your fault. I was in the same hallway as patient 0. It's a freaking zombie apocalypse up there and I see you. Literally said, screw you, Lex. You're the one who sent me in here. And hangs up. He eventually just started putting walls up in between like 3 different towns where like the thing was infected. Fences with like barbed wire so like it stings you if you try to go over. So sad, guys, when I saw the little girl who was sneezing in the bus in a box. And I was like, no, don't do that to me. My question is, the guy who was looking at her through the box, was that the bus driver, or was that her like dad who just showed up there later, or could it be both? But I was confused if it was the same guy who was the bus driver. And Jake went to where all the kids are and the teacher and Katie, and I'm like, this hospital ain't big enough for you to go somewhere else. You have to be that close to Katie. I'm watching you, Jake. Then we notice that Jenna is also on the other side of the wall, and you see Lex, he goes crazy. He's like, Jenna, Jenna, and she didn't hear him. She took her back. She was like, deuces. The cop who's pulling down Xander, I think that's his name, the boyfriend of the girl that's pregnant, and then the cop like grabs him. Well, Lex grabs the cop, and he's like, dude, go take a walk. He's just a kid. So someone's like, my girl's on that side, and I was like, my girl is too. Like, we gotta stick together. I loved everything he said to him in that moment. He's like, we gotta stick together because I'm not gonna let you go in there and die, and I'm not gonna let them come out here and make this thing worse. Like, we're gonna figure it out. We have to believe in the doctors. And I'm like, I loved everything he told him, and I thought it was very honest, very brutal, and just very to the point, but honest still. Like, he's still his true colors, if that makes sense. Then we flash forward to day 13 once again. You see now you see, like, it's kind of the same thing they showed at the very beginning, but now you know who people are. You're like, oh my god, why was I shipping people? Why was I falling in love with these characters? Why? I know it's going to be a short series, but I really, I'm already emotionally attached to the show, and I know it's going to be great. So I want to know you guys' thoughts. I want to know with just the first episode, the pilot, what do you guys think about it? And let me know who you guys' favorite character is. I know it's too soon to be like, this is my favorite character, because it could turn and be a different way in the next one, but like, just from the first episode, I want to know who you guys love. Clearly, it isn't a secret, but Chris Wood, Jake, is going to be my favorite. And I'm really liking Lex, too, and Katie, and everyone. It's a really good show. And also, if you guys are new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button because it notifies you when I upload a new video, and I'll definitely be making one of these next week. I'll talk to you pretty faces in the next one. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, comment below anything you guys want, and bye, everyone!